to reproduce the errors. You can see the first one is an error, the third one is an error. Why? Because we didn't respect the case. So let us now see PHP echo. PHP echo is a language construct, not a function. Therefore, you don't need to use parentheses with it. So it is not a function. There is no need to use parentheses, but also you can use parentheses with it. But if you want to use more than one parameter, it is required to use parentheses. Okay. Sometimes you can use more than one parameter within the echo. In that case, you need to use parentheses. PHP echo statement can be used to print the string, multi-line string, escaping characters, variables, arrays. You can print whatever by using the PHP echo. It is used to display something. Okay. You can display a string. A string means that it is an array of characters. You can display text. String means text. Okay. Multi-line text, escaping characters, like new line slash forward or they are escaping characters. Some important point that you must know about echo statements are it is a statement which is used to display the output. So it is used to display the output. You can use it with or without parentheses. You can use parentheses or you can leave parentheses. Echo does not return any value. It does not return any value. Should know it. Now we can pass multiple strings separated by comma. We can put some multiple parameters separated by comma. It is faster than print because in PHP we can also use print. Okay, we can also use print, but it is faster than print. That is why echo is the most used to display the output because it is the fastest. Because you can also use print, but print is slower than echo. So that is why we most of the time use echo. So we have an example on how to use echo, and we have used it in our previous example. So there is no need to delay on it. So you can define a variable and then display its value in echo. So it is very simple. We can also show it in our program. Save variable var1 of PHP. So I'm creating a PHP. Then I can define a variable number equals 30. Then I can display the value of this number variable echo the value of number is number. You can do it like this. You can also do it like this. Echo the value is, then you can close your and put a dot. A dot, it is a concatenation symbol. Number. Okay, and we save it. And open var1. You can see the output. H1. So you can see the output. So you can put your variable inside the double quote. There is no problem. You can put it outside the double quote. There is no problem. Inside the double quote or outside the double quote. You can see these two scenarios. Okay, the value, and we use it as the value is number. Or the value is number. You can see the difference. The first variable is inside the double quote. The second variable is outside the double quote. If a variable is used outside the double quote, you have to put a dot operator. It is a concatenation symbol. It is joining the string, okay, and the number, the variable value, the variable, okay. So as long as you need to join the string and the variable, okay. So you need to use a concatenation symbol. In PHP we use a dot, okay. In Java we use class. In we have operators in each programming language specialized to do this kind of task. Okay. So the output is now here. Value is 30. Value is 30. They are the same. So PHP print. So PHP print, like PHP echo, PHP print is a language construct. You don't need to use parentheses with the argument list. Print statement can be used with or without parentheses. Print and print. So they are also valid. Unlike echo, it always returns one. We say for echo, echo does not return any value. For this, if it is successful, it returns one. Okay. PHP print statement can be used to print a string, multi-line string, escaping characters, variables, arrays, and so on. Some important point you must know about the print statement is, so you can use it like this: print hello by PHP print, or print like this. Printing variable value by using the print, you can use it like this. It is the same as echo. We cannot delay on it. So now PHP variables. In any programming language, what is a variable? A variable is a name of memory zone where you can store some data. Okay. A name of memory zone, a name of memory location where data will be stored. So the name of a variable, it is the same name as a name of your memory location in your computer. So as long as you define a variable, so you are reserving some memory space, and that memory space is having the same name as the name of your variable. So in PHP, a variable is declared using a $sign, followed by a variable name. Here, some important points to know about the variable. As PHP is loosely typed language, so loosely typed languages, there are those languages where you don't need to put a data type on a variable. Okay, so PHP automatically assign a data type depending on a value you give to a variable. If you declare a variable, for example, x, and if you put a number, an integer, PHP treat it as an integer. If you put a floating number, it is okay. If you put a string, your name, it is okay. So it is loosely typed language, so we don't need to declare the data type of variables. It automatically analyzes the value and make conversion to its correct data type. That is how it works. So after declaring a variable, it can be reused through the codes by using assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assign a value to a variable. It is the same as other programming languages. If you want to assign a value into your variable, you need to use an equal sign. Loosely typed languages refer to those programming scripts that do not require defining the variable data type. To put it simply, while declaring a variable in this programming script, there is no need to define or classify the data type stored in them. While you're working with this programming script, you can create a new variable, namely string, and assign the integer value. Okay, you can assign an integer value. There is no problem. Any type of value can be assigned to a variable. One of the most popular examples of strongly typed language is C#. So C#, C, C++, they are typed languages, okay? Because it is required to put a data type. If you choose to work on this script, then you will have to define the variable type while declaring it. It is not like PHP. For PHP, you don't need to put a data type. Rules for declaring a PHP variable. Variable must start with a $sign, followed by a variable name. Okay, always you have to start a variable with a $sign. Then you have to put a variable name. So it can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. The variable name can have alphabets, numbers from 0 up to 9, alphabets from A up to Z, then an underscore. A variable name must start with a letter or an underscore. You cannot start a variable name with a number. Okay, PHP variable name cannot contain spaces. It is not allowed to put spaces in a variable name. One thing to keep in mind is that the variable name cannot start with a number or any other special symbol. Special symbols are like hash symbol, pound symbol, and so on. There are special symbols. Okay. PHP variable are case sensitive, so name in small letters is different from name in capital letters. They are different. Let us see the example to store a string, an integer, and a float values into variables. You can see string variable, we are storing hello string. And you see x variable, we are storing 200. Y variable, we are storing a floating point number. So it is easy, you can run the same program, you will get the output. So other rules, PHP variables must start with a letter or an underscore. PHP variables can't start with a number or a special symbol. So we have allowed variables in the first column. We have variable A, it is having hello, it is valid. The second B is starting with an underscore, it is valid. You can display values of A and B, and the value will be displayed. But on another side, we have invalid variables, because the first one is starting with a number 4, which is invalid. The second one is starting with a star. It is a special character. It is not allowed to start a variable name. So if we try to display these variables, we will get errors. So variable scope. What is a variable scope? Variable scope, it is a visibility range, okay, of a variable. The scope of a variable is defined as its range in the program under which it can be accessed, okay. So visibility range of a variable, this is what we call a variable scope. In other words, the scope of a variable is the portion of the program within which it is defined and it can be accessed. Okay. Now, where do we define a variable? From where can we access those variables? Which is what we call a variable scope. PHP has 3 types of variable scope: local variable, global variable, and static variables. So let us see how we can use each scope of type of variable. A local variable is defined inside a block or a function. Okay, and it can be accessed inside that block or that function. Okay. A local variable, it is any variable defined inside a function or a block. A block, it is a set of codes defined inside braces. So a local variable is defined inside a function or a block, and it is accessed from there only. The variables that are declared within a function are called local variables for that function. These local variables have their scope only in that particular function in which they are declared. This means that this variable cannot be accessed outside the function, as they have local scope. So any variable you define inside a function can only be used and accessed inside that function. If you try to access it outside the function, it will not be possible. A variable declared outside the function with the same name is completely different from the variable declared inside the function. So because the variable declared inside the function is only visible inside that function, so you can declare the same variable name outside the function. There is no problem. Because the local variable is not being visible outside the function. So here we have examples of variables, variable declared, local variable. Let us see it. So let us save our file as local.php. So function A color equals blue. Echo the color is color. So this is a local variable. This is a local variable because it is declared, it is defined inside a function. So if we call the function, this is how we define and call a function. Okay, we define a function and we can call it. Calling a function means we need to execute the codes inside the function. If you don't call it, you will not see the output. Okay, so let us save and see. Local it is local.php. So the color is blue. So if we try to access this variable outside, for example, echo the color is the color like this. So if we try this, we shall get an error. So you see, we have undefined variable color. It is defined inside the function and it is not being visible. It is defined inside the function, it is here, and it is not being visible outside the function. So the second echo will produce an error because it is trying to access a local variable. It is as if the variable color is private inside the function A, and you cannot access private property anyhow. So this will produce an error. This will produce an error because the color is private, is local in the function A. So this is how local variables work. So let us see now global variables. Global variable, it is a variable which is defined outside all functions and outside all blocks. Because inside the if you define a variable inside if, it is also a variable. Inside a loop, it is also a variable. This is how one would say a variable defined inside a block, because an if has a block, a for has a block, a loop has a block, and if has a block, a function has a block. So all variables declared inside the braces, they are local variables, they can be accessed and used from within those blocks. The global variables are variables that are declared outside the function. These variables can be accessed anywhere in the program. To access global variables within the function, you have to use global keyword for the variable. However, this variable can be directly accessed or used outside the function without the keyword. Therefore, there is no need to use keyword to access a global variable outside the function. So let us see how global variables. So by definition, we have said a global variable, it is a variable declared outside the function and outside the all blocks. Okay. Now let us create a PHP file and call it global. Let us save it global.php. Now let us open PHP tag. Color equals red. Now function test color. Function test color. Now global echo color is global.php. So we didn't call the function. If you don't call the function, we don't see nothing. We don't see anything. So test color. And define the variable color. Because if we need to use it inside the function, we need the global keyword. So the color is red. Okay. Center. So this is the output of our PHP program. And the codes here. Okay. Now you can see that you can declare a variable globally and access it inside a function. Okay. Now, if we create a variable and you need a global variable and you need to access it inside a function, you need to use the global keyword. So a global keyword is keyword which indicates that we are trying to access the global variable. But this global variable, we can also access it outside the function. Echo the color is also